So my name is Warren Cove. I'm owner-operator of Hyak River Rafting, and we started doing trips in British Columbia back in 1980. So this is our 34th year in business. We primarily run two rivers in the province, the Chilliwack River, which is located about 90 miles east of Vancouver, and the Thompson River, which is about another hour's drive from there. The best part of having the two rivers is that the Chilliwack is close to Vancouver. It's a smaller river and it relies on snow melting. So in the spring, that river's an excellent choice for people living in the lower mainland. They can come up to the Chilliwack, get a great day, and be back by 5 o'clock for dinner. The Thompson is a great river, but it's actually better as the summer goes on. So when the water runs out in Chilliwack, the Thompson becomes the best. So it's nice to have both rivers. We've got one that's great in the spring and early summer, and one that's great later on in the season. Our season starts in May in Chilliwack, and we're here till the end of September on the Thompson. So there's 5 months for people to come and enjoy the beautiful and amazing rivers that we have to offer. Your typical day would be coming to our check-in. You get signed in, there's an explanation of what to wear, how the trip's gonna go. You park your vehicles in our lot here, go over to life jacket shed, you get your life jacket, your helmet, and you board the bus. En route to the put-in, the guides are going to give you some historical information about things in the area, the gold rush, quirky little things that we can make the trip more entertaining on the bus ride up. Once you get to the river, there's going to be a bunch of different rafts and guides, and they're going to split you into groups of about 8 to 10 per raft. And each guide will give you an explanation, what we call a safety talk, on how the day is going to go and what to do should something happen on the trip, how to paddle, how to hang on. The trip goes down about 45 minutes. We'll stop for a really nice riverside lunch, and then the bigger rapids come in the afternoon, where you get all the exciting white water, and by then everybody's excited and ready to go. Your trip ends just down at the bottom. We bus you back up to the site. So most day trips go from 10:30 till 4 o'clock, and we also have a campsite up on Saturday nights. People stay over and camp. We do a barbecue, and we've got a sound system, volleyball court, and horseshoe pit, plenty of picnic tables. And it's a lot of fun for everybody to stay overnight. If you want to just come for the day, it's no problem, or if you want to do an overnight, you can do that. We also offer a 2-day trip, which goes 80 kilometers from Ashcroft to Lytton, and you camp overnight on a private 5-acre island, which we like to call Fantasy Island. And it includes all your meals and 2 days of rafting. The Thompson River that we're filming today is BC's most popular river trip. There's been over 250,000 guests join us on this river since 1980. We have a perfect safety record on the Thompson, and it's available to anybody who's 8 years old and 65 pounds of weight. The youngest client we've ever had was 8, of course, and the oldest, we've had an 82-year-old go rafting with us. We have 2 types of rafts. We have one called a paddle raft, where the guide sits at the back with a set of oars and steers, and everybody in the boat paddles, and you provide the acceleration and the power into the waves. So you work as a team, and you're involved throughout the day. The other rafts that we have are power rafts, and they're a little bit larger. They hold up to 14 guests, and the guide stands at the back with an outboard motor, and the guests just hang on and get the great ride through the rapids. With the extra weight and length and speed of the outboard motor, you get very wet on this trip. The beauty of these boats is that younger people can do it, people who are a little bit nervous or people who don't swim. All they have to do throughout the trip is hang on. The boats are very, very stable, but they're very exciting. So it's nice to have both options. You've got the paddle rafts for the more aggressive enthusiast, and the power rafts for those that are on the verge of, well, this might be a bit too much for me. I think it's suitable for 95% of the people out there going rafting. It's a great thing to do. The Thompson comes out of the shoe swap lake, and so in the water warms up to 20 degrees Celsius by August. So as rivers go, it's very, very warm, it's very deep, and all the rapids are separated by calm stretches. So throughout the day, you're getting 19 major rapids with names like the Jaws of Death, the Cutting Board, the Frog Rock, the 18th Hole. And so there's rapids all day throughout your trip with calm stretches, with some fantastic scenery, deep canyons. And up here in Lytton, it's Canada's hotspot. Today, temperatures are going to raise up to about 37 degrees. And typically in the months of July and August, Lytton or Soyuz are the two hot spots in Canada. So when you're rafting, it's really nice to have the water warm and the hot temperatures. You don't mind getting wet. It's, in fact, you love to get wet when you're going rafting. And it's 4.5 hours of pure fun. So our booking office is in Burnaby, and we accept Visa, MasterCard over the phone, so it's very easy to book your trip. We have a website, which is simplehyak.com, and on there there's videos as well and explanations of what to bring, how to get there. There's group rates available if you've got 10 people or more. And to contact us, we have an 800 number anywhere in Canada, United States, which is 1-800-663-RAFT 7238. Or hyak.com, you can reserve online. So get out there, go rafting. It's a fantastic thing to do.
My name's Josh. I've been working here as my second season with Hyak. Originally from Australia, and I was guiding for a couple of years in Australia before I came and started rafting here. I came to Canada originally to do some whitewater rafting. There's a bit more water in Canada than what we have over in Australia. Our creeks are much narrower, a lot more bouldery, so we use a smaller raft, generally just using paddles, and a lot more sort of dodging between rocks and that kind of thing. Whereas the rivers that we work on here are much bigger volume, really exciting with big waves, big hits, and a much bigger raft. I got into rafting sort of through kayaking originally. I started kayaking when I was at school, back at a place called Penrith in Australia. I learned how to kayak there. And then through friends, through kayaking, then got into a bit of whitewater rafting as well. And since then I've worked in Canada and Australia, and I've also rafted down in the States and also over in Nepal and New Zealand as well. So when we run a rafting trip, either on the Hyak River or on the Thompson River, we always get a range of people coming. So you get your daredevils all the way down to your first timers really. And rafting can be quite intimidating if you've never been before. But we definitely have a few safety measures to make it a good time for everybody really. So first of all, we can just adapt our trip to the group that we have in our boat. We can hit certain waves or not hit certain waves, as the case may be. And then we have different ways to keep them safe on the river. So all the guides are trained in rescue certification and first aid. And then we also, down on the Hyak River, use a safety kayak. So the safety kayak is out in front of the group, so if somebody does end up going for a swim, they're there to give them a bit of a hand as well. Even when someone is a little bit scared, they'll generally sort of hit the first wave and realise that rafting isn't actually so scary, it's more just a really, really good time. And so most people always come back and have said that they have a really fun, safe day on the river.
感谢收看今天的大温故事，我们下期再见。